the coming of Grimshale, the tide rolls heavy and wide. With scales of fire and eyes of ember, will weather this old world's stride. Don't you fear for the coming of Grimshale, don't you fear for your life. Don't you fear for it coming are the gaslighters, armed to defend through the strife. Down in the caves where the shadows creep, we forge our courage in flame. With claws to dig and wits to wander, the echoes shout our name. Don't you fear for the coming of Grimshale, don't you fear for your life. Don't you fear for a coming of the gaslighters, armed to defend through the strife. Oh, the storms may crash and the winds may howl, but our hearts beat strong and wild. We're kobold kin, and we stand united with the cunning of a dragon's child. Don't you fear for the coming of Grimshale, don't you fear for your life. Don't you fear for it coming of the gaslighters, armed to defend through the strife. So light the fires, let the smoke rise high. Let our warning shake the skies. Grimshale comes, but so do we, with a gleam in every eye. Hey, oh, 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 oh. Hey, oh, 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 oh.
Alrighty, it is time as the gaslighters have arrived on in this. All right, and we've got some help. We've got some inspo up in here. So, everybody remember. All right, so where we left off in the midst of a drunken party. After the beating of our teenager, ours. So I'm laughing. Every night has a night where there's not a lot of red lines, and this is one of them, and it's just so ridiculous. And there's at any rate, as you sit above as the fire crackles and you're able to enjoy some good ale that has been brought by many of the gnomish family of Ni, the numbered and the named. You've seen ours passed out. Whisper had gone to sleep at this point, I believe. And others of you are drinking, while Xenatos and Loic had found a little note that had been slipped to ours that they had not taken a look at, that kind of drifted to the ground. And there's parties, there's insanity. What would you all like to do?
I thought you said ours was passed out.
So I think you had said that he had drinking and was out.
Nah, I didn't say that.
Okay. Then ours is around, being carted around.
So at our camp, are there more that are did the gnomes, are they also partying with us here?
They had brought, well, yeah, because they had all bought like the rounds and brought them in. So around, many haven't sat down necessarily. It's not like the whole family's around here, but they are around the camp, and there's all these like little celebratory things and post partying from the fight going on.
Yeah, then I'm gonna try and find ours after reading this note.
He would be sitting down somewhere because it kind of hurts a little to stand, and drinking a little bit of ale, and just kind of like trying to smile and look around.
So yeah, try and go over. Oz, do you have a quick moment for an aside?
Yeah, yeah. What's the matter, Alaric?
I'm sure it's nothing. But can we talk over here? A bit more private.
Yeah, okay. And he would like struggle to get out of his seat a little bit, and hobble
helps
over.
it helps if you turn the head of the snake back into the cane or staff or whatever. It's not as wiggly then.
What are you talking about?
Never mind. So kind of go off to the side a little bit. So while we were leaving the fighting arena, this slip of paper, I think it fell out of your clothing.
What?
I'll show ours the piece of paper with the message on it.
Okay. Well, he would take it, like look at it like curiously, say, well, it's not the first time I've had people leave letters in my clothing. Going by my history, I would say this is either going to be something completely vile or something super sweet. And he opens it up and he reads it.
All right. There, scribbled fast, are the words, I'm so sorry. Idol Masters are here.
Ars' entire demeanor immediately changes. He looks down at it in horror. Oh no.
More towards the vile end of the spectrum.
Yeah, you could say that. He like looks around like paranoid, like frantically, like seeing if there's anyone watching him. He says, we may need to leave.
Leave?
Yeah, I might. Maybe. Probably. The people who are hunting me. He says, he leans in, like whispering, they're here.
You pissed off the Idol Masters? What did you do?
It's a long story, okay? But needless to say, I don't think they're going to give up. If they've tracked me this far.
I mean, did you? Okay.
And I'm too weak to defend myself right now. Really. There's no telling who they've sent.
What if they're not here for you? What if that's just a friendly warning to be
There
on
is-
the lookout, but they're not necessarily here specifically for you?
There's a 0% chance that they are here for anybody else. They are absolutely here for me.
Well, not zero. They have multiple purposes for being here.
Alaric, I'm serious. I'm deadly serious. We need to be very, very careful.
Okay.
It's the Idol Master, he has a personal grudge against me and my family.
Oh, so it's one specific person that we're on the lookout for.
Well, if he can find what he's looking for, it'll be all of them.
Okay.
Well, we can talk about this later. We just need to make sure we're not being watched or followed or anything. Just gods, I don't know what to do. Anytime that they've gotten close to finding me before, I'll get a warning, and I would run ahead of time. But it looks like the warning came in a different manner than normal, and a little late. This doesn't bode well.
Well, last time were you alone?
Yeah, yes, but
Good news, you're not alone now.
uh,
So situation is slightly improved from previous experience.
will you all really stand by me? This is my baggage, not yours.
It's also, I mean, I, I've never encountered them before, but I've at least heard of the Idol Masters. It's, this is we're a ways outside of their jurisdiction, aren't we?
I'm not.
You had to have really upset them for them to chase you beyond the borders of the Empire.
You're not wrong about that at all. Most families in my situation, what they do is they take up what they can and then they leave, either for the Menagerie Coast or for the graying wildlands. But they don't have exactly the proof that they need, but it doesn't matter because there's just this one really influential guy who just absolutely has it out for me, and it is why I can't go back to the Empire. If I do, I'll put my entire family status, everything that they have, even their lives, in jeopardy.
Well, I won't try to tell you what to do or anything. Um, if you decide to run, that's of course your prerogative. But here, at
Well,
least, you have allies.
it's true, but you don't understand. If I'm not actually technically guilty of anything yet, but if I kill a servant of the Idol Masters, that gives them even more cause to send more people after me. So you see, it's like I can't do any but run because if I hurt them, I give them more justification and more resources to do what they're already intending to do.
I understand, but hurting them doesn't have to be a definitive thing. Maybe we could just talk to them if they show up.
Maybe we probably have to buy them off, though. The Idol Masters themselves, most of them, they don't really do the hunting themselves. They have people to do that. They mercenaries and the like. Especially in places outside of the Empire. But it really just depends on who it is they've sent after us and how much they're being paid. But I honestly would not be surprised if it was a lot more than we could possibly be able to bid against.
Well, I mean, my advice for now, at least, stick to the buddy system. Don't go off alone wandering, so that you don't get literally kidnapped.
I agree. But also, he looks around a bit and he says, we might have another option if we really want to stay. But it could be kind of risky. The League of Miracles is really, really influential. Half of Exandria owes them a massive debt for what they did after the Chroma Conclave, helping rebuilding so many cities. So, and we've proven ourselves very valuable so far here at these ruins to them. So maybe we could explain the situation to them, and maybe they could help keep the Idol Masters off our back, at least while we're here.
Oh. I mean, it's good to keep options open. I wouldn't personally go with that one just because it sounds like you'd be putting yourself in the League of Miracles debt.
Well, right now we're kind of like assets, aren't we? Though.
Right, but if they have to pull big strings or pay off someone, then that puts you in debt, and that means that they could
You're probably right.
come back on that any number of ways, starting with anything you bring out of there, you owe us. Just off the
Yeah,
top.
you're probably right. But yes, options. Because if I have to, that is absolutely preferable to, my entire family being accused of treason. So,
Well, I think tomorrow we might have a kind of team discussion about a number of things, and this might be on the docket of things we mention, so that everybody is aware.
yes, if we all get together, I think I could understand things a bit more clearly, a bit more in depth. The Idol Masters, they're responsible, as I'm sure you know, you're from the Empire. They're responsible for the regulation of the worship of unsanctioned deities. Commoners can more easily get away with worshiping unsanctioned deities. They get a hefty fine that almost none of them can pay. They usually end up in debt or going to jail. But nobles have it much harder. A very long time ago, I imagine you know history. The Dwendalian royal family was almost overthrown by worshippers of all these different deities, and they have been highly suspicious of religion ever since. So any sign of nobles, worshiping foreign deities and harboring children of the servants of such deities and protecting them even against the crown, it looks very dangerous from the royal perspective. So they're pretty ruthless when it comes to the nobility.
Well, I guess at least for tonight, I'm going to put up the tiny hut as a first line of defense. You're welcome to stay in it.
Okay. Thank you so much, Alaric. I'm so thankful.
Please suck it.
He would give him a little hug.
Pat him on the head. But first, we should get you some water.
Yeah, probably. That'll do me good.
I'm able to make a whole barrel of it every day now, so
That's impressive.
I know, right? It's this amulet thing that we found that I just had to not get impaled by spikes from the kobolds, and it can now do this stuff.
It's so cool to me. All of your guys is like things we found. They're developing all these new abilities. Zelicus took me with him to, get his shield looked at. Apparently, it had that crack earlier,
Right.
And it's just gone now. Fixed itself in sunlight.
Like it can auto mend.
Yeah, pretty impressive, huh?
Magic items are usually pretty durable. It makes me wonder how it got cracked in the first place. But
Must have been a fearsome blow.
that's it'd probably take more powerful magic to discern how that happened. Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
Have great secrets. But for now, we stick together. And count. Yes?
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. Man, having friends is such a nice change. Oh, my bones hurt.
You fought good, kid. And
I could have fought better.
Just
I get my revenge.
no more challenging old ladies to combat, right?
I didn't challenge her. She challenged me.
Oh, my bad. No more accepting challenges from old ladies, regardless of the contest.
No promises.
heading back to everyone else.
Very good.
And the whole time, Ars is like checking out his surroundings. His eyes are like darting back and forth. And he's sticking very, very close to whatever of his teammates are closest to him at all times.
Okay. All right. Somebody, anything else anybody wants to do at the camp tonight? All right. In that case, got a long rest, and Alaric, you're casting the
Tiny hut.
tiny hut. Ooh.
And anyone that wants to stay, welcome.
Ars would
it's
sleep
nice
in the
and
tiny hut.
toasty in there. Comfortable.
There you go. In that case, you all can process a long rest and wake up next day. And anything else we need to accomplish?
Double check. I mean, there's miscellaneous things that I wanted to do over the course of the week. I didn't have like a specific thing.
We can get to downtime activities, unless somebody has something else.
I think we should all have a conversation before we do anything else, because there are some of us who don't know there's a problem.
Yeah, I'm good for having the big group conversation whenever.
Me
All
too.
right. Yeah, I was gonna say I think we should do that before we like take the week, because that'd be a little weird to get that at the end of the week when we probably need to make that decision of should we stay or leave.
You know, when somebody's been kidnapped because nobody knew to watch out for somebody.
How about we all have breakfast in the hut? That'll bring the conversation in like a safe place.
That would be fun.
So in the morning during breakfast, I recast the tiny hut for the next 8 hours. Just want to throw it out there. It does not block sound. So
Oh, okay, good.
Ars looks wildly better. In a single night, he looks like he's fully recovered, just about. He still has some dark circles under his eyes. He looks tired. Besides that,
right. So and unless there was anything else Ars wanted to add, Alaric will help kind of inform the group of what Alaric and Ars talked about the night before and about the Idol Masters and their presence somewhere in the camp.
yeah. Ars would curl his toes and suck in his breath. And yeah.
And it might be safe to assume that they know where Oz is.
Could it possibly be because there was a bright light in the sky last night?
That would do it.
I didn't.
You didn't think?
No, I did think. I didn't believe that they would be this far out here.
Ars, since I've met you, you've been careful about showing people who you are.
Yes, but it's the reason why I took off my mask when I got here. I thought it was secluded enough. I thought it was far away enough. I was wrong. How was I supposed to know that they would come looking for me in the bleeding ruins of Draconia?
I guess I don't know how you were supposed to know, but you've been very careful.
I got tired of hiding, I guess. I got lazy. It's my fault. I hated feeling like there was a wall between me and the rest of the world.
I did have something else to bring up. So when we got that map from Aldor, I was kind of comparing between Aldor's map and our map to see if it had the new route on it. But I also noticed something interesting. We keep coming across these symbols of flower petals, right? And I noticed one. Well, I think I kind of sketched it here in my notes on Aldor's map. When we were passing through the area that had the large piece of shattered broomstone, on Aldor's map, the way that area was depicted very much resembled a flower petal. And the other instance that we've encountered something that might connect to the flower petals, it was mentioned to us that there were the Daris pool, the healing waters in the shape of petals. And I'm going on just theories here, but those could be two locations where pieces of the 12, right? We're searching for those 12 pieces, and they might be in those two locations. One in the Daris pool, the other where that shattered broomstone is. I'll be the first to say that going back into that area of chaotic magic is not a wise course. But we do have two things that I can think of that might require us to go back there. If indeed there is a piece of the petals in that location, we would have to go back there anyway for it. And if in those vaults that Orion discovered, there are important treasures needed by the Heart of Draconia for restoring the city, we'd also have to go back there. My thinking is maybe we can try and get both in one go. One more run through this place to search the area where the broomstone is, which admittedly does still have one of those active clockwork steam golems roaming around it, and the vaults. And if we can, with a bit of luck, get what we need from those two locations, then maybe we don't go back there ever again.
It would be difficult for mercenaries to follow us into the ruins. You know, I'm assuming that they haven't ever been in there before, so. But also, what if they wait outside for us? We come out, we're spent, and they're just waiting.
The entrance does have a fair amount of League personnel.
I'm putting my trust in you guys.
And just to mention all concerns is that if we decide not to go back to the vaults, or we put off going back to the vaults until later, we have all but cleared the path of dangers to the vaults. We defeated 2 golems, and
Xanatos will speak up, say, okay, you said the danger is gone. Do we have to talk about what Whisper experienced when she was there with us? and what Celicus experienced. That danger is not leaving. If we're going to say all the facts, we need to say them all correctly. There is danger.
That goes for the entire of Draconia, not just there. It's just different dangers.
I know, but I think what Xanatos is saying. All right, I lucked out last time, and I was able to bring Celicus back. But what happens next time if I go to revivify somebody, and instead of revivifying them, I kill 4 of us?
Also, what happens if Obi's the next one that gets murdered by road magic?
No, I am all for going to the vaults, but this does have to be taken into the equation of what happened to Celicus, what happened with Whisper. Like, this is a very dangerous part. The other things we can prepare for, this we can't. With all the wild magic going on, we had no idea what would happen.
Whisper, what are your thoughts? You've been very quiet.
So, my understanding was the thought was to go back, go to the vault, find the back way into Draconia that's being rebuilt. My concern is if we make it through in the same condition that we were in when we got out here, we potentially will be facing Grimshale in that condition. Because the second we step foot in Draconia that's being rebuilt, we might as well consider ourselves in Grimshale's lair. But I understand why people want to go. I just want us to think about maybe some ways that we can negate the dangers that we know are there. I mean, it does really disable several of us. I mean, all of us, really. We all use magic.
You're right. But, Ars looks around. Alaric does have this new spell to keep us safe and help us recover.
Casting the spell would put him at risk.
Only in the wild magic area, but over where in Grimshale was, I think we'd be okay.
Whisper, you gave me an idea just now. Because you're correct. We would be there's a very good chance we'd be in dire straits if we went back through the wild magic area to get to Grimshale. We could do it in reverse. We could go through Grimshale to get to the vaults. We know they connect. And we deal with Grimshale first.
I mean, that's actually, at least now we also know our magic's not susceptible.
I mean, I won't say that I'm crazy about going into the magic area, the wildy, crazy magic areas in general, but I would much rather us face Grimshale at full power than us come through the wild magic area and then face her.
I'm up for that option of facing Grimshale first and circling around to the vaults.
I won't lie, I'm still a bit intimidated by the prospect of facing Grimshale at all, but I do agree facing her first before heading to the vaults is definitely the wiser and more economical course of action. And the rewards stand to be, hopefully, quite ginormous. I'm willing, if you all are.
All right. So, I mean, I'm for the whole Grimshield thing. My question, though, before we sit down here and head in to see Grimshield, ours, I'm not by far a person who's very educated, but I know when someone's tracking somebody, you know, they're going to be pretty dead set. So how much time do you guys think that we actually have in camp? Because that's another question, is I think we all need some more rest before we just dive back in there if we're going to do this. And after what you guys just said, is staying here the best idea? Or are we doing, I guess, like watch eye duty? Everybody takes one day with ours and make sure that ours stays with one of us at all times. Because I just want to make sure that we also are aware that if somebody's really after ours and these people are as dead set as they are we taking a week here, or are we just taking a few days, getting what we need and getting back into the dungeon? Because I'm not saying mercenaries won't come in after us, but I'm just saying, how long are we willing to roll the dice?
Well, unfortunately, I think it's at least a week because the professor is working on upgrading Calder's weapon in order to allow us to defeat Grimshield.
And Celicus's shield will take a week.
So we need at least a week.
started.
That's right.
So I really appreciate you guys. But one of the problems here is we don't actually know who's after me. Like what mercenary or mercenaries have been sent. So identifying who it is that's hunting me, we know they're here. Identifying them could be pretty important because we don't know who it is. It could be almost anybody.
Also, in the meantime, I could craft you a disguise. It would only take me, depending on whether or not I fail or not, 2 days.
I'm all for it, but in case you haven't noticed, I'm a little difficult to. I'm pretty. I stand out. I stand out a bit. Are you really good at making disguises? You think? Because I thought I was really good at cooking, but apparently I'm not.
Am I good at making disguises? Celicus kind of like gestures over to Sud and Sod wearing their cute little tabards with their little like dragon gaslighters sigil like on their little breasts, just like do as they're like, I don't know, picking their noses or something, whatever they're doing in their spare time.
What did you disguise them as? Because they look like kobolds with fancy clothes on them.
They're like little knights.
Okay. But the other thing that might be worth considering is how many people saw you all come home with ours yesterday after the fight?
Good point. They definitely
and they clearly displayed his powers.
Just the sober ones.
I mean, Whisper's not wrong. Not to mention, if whoever is looking for him even just goes to the the league and says, "Oh, I'm trying to find this young little individual. Do you know what group he might belong to?" With enough coin, they're just going to tell him the information anyway.
I think at least 2 of us should be with ours at any given time.
So this is an idea. We don't have to do this. I do need to maybe take a little time and just, I'm trying to like kind of grip what's going on here with my magic. What if Cal and I took ours and the 3 of us maybe like went on the outskirts of the town just for the time being?
And hide ours in Sammy. Jeez.
Because we know how that ends.
Mouth.
I mean, it would give us good time. Cal can try to get Sammy under control. I can try to figure out what's going on with my magic. And then ours is not in the camp. So if whoever's looking for him is asking around, he won't be here.
You're right about that. But what if they track us into the outskirts? And what if they outnumber us? What if they're stronger than us and there's only 3 of us?
I know. It's just an idea. It's only for the week. So, and the other thing is if the other 4 can spread enough rumors or maybe still somehow keep up an appearance of a version of you somewhere here or something that people, just keep spreading rumors that you're around.
Just teach the new kobolds a new song about Oz. And
I mean, it's just one idea I have. The other, I'm not against Celicus either. If Celicus can pull off a pretty good disguise on ours, we might be able to just maybe keep ours inside during the day and out more at night and just try to make it a little harder for people to notice them.
Celicus, can you disguise Oz as a kobold?
That would be awesome.
Blend right in.
I could probably disguise him as a priest.
Well, that's what I've done. But
like an altar boy?
No, like a cleric. Remember I have my mask? I used to, before traveling here, I used to claim to be a cleric of the Dawn Father. That was what I usually went with.
Basically, I'm going to make him disguised robes, which help give him a +2 bonus to all deception checks.
Awesome.
I don't know what that +2 to deception checks means, but
she made the fuzz on his upper lip look more like a real mustache.
I'm going to be honest. I don't like the idea of us all separating to the point where you guys are outside of where we could get to you. Because I am afraid that somebody wasn't drunk last night who saw you all and is watching. And if the 3 of you go out there and 6 or 8 guys surround you, then we didn't avoid the situation.
I know. Like I said, I'm just trying to spitball some ideas of how we cover ours while we're here.
I know, and I'm just sharing my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm not saying my way is better or if there is a right solution here.
Oh, I know.
Hey, Whisper, why weren't you, with everyone else last night?
Because I said I was done watching people make dumb decisions.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Remember?
I got hit really hard a lot of times, so it was a little difficult to recall that. Why are you so hostile towards me, Whisper?
I'm hostile towards all of you because the first thing you did when you got back, you weren't healed, you weren't rested, you agreed to a fight. Why?
Because it was fun. What? This is so strange to me. You said that you envied me because you wish you could go on more adventures, that you had more freedom. And, I was the total opposite. I didn't want to do any of this. I didn't want this lifestyle. And now that I'm finally learning how to cope and deal with it and enjoy it even, you're treating me like I'm a lunatic.
Because until last night, as far as I knew, you were still trying to hide who you were.
Well, yes, but I wasn't wearing my mask.
Again, I don't know what that means.
Okay, you're right. You weren't with us from the start. But
normally, we had a conversation and you said people were after you. Typically, people who have people after them try to avoid drawing attention to themselves.
And I normally do, but I thought I was safe enough here.
I don't think you thought, though.
I did. And I'm tired of you being condescending towards me.
Okay. Then from now on, I will treat you like an adult, and we will not hide you anymore. Because you no longer want to be hidden. Is that what you're saying? You don't want to be hidden anymore.
This conversation's finished.
So I guess we can't treat you like an adult. As for everybody else, I just feel like we've been taking actions without thinking. That could very well get us all killed. Did technically get one of us killed yesterday.
Yeah, you would know all about getting us killed, wouldn't you?
You know what? I was not going to leave you to your own fate. I was going to try and be the voice of reason when you all decided to do what you wanted to do, and I was still going to go along with you because I didn't want to abandon you, who I knew just screwed himself. But if you want to play that way, I don't have to be here.
Everything you say just pisses me off. You're so mean and you're so disdainful of everyone else. You act like you're better than everyone else.
Cool.
Hey, can I call a timeout really quick?
Yeah.
All right. Above table, I need to know, are you guys, what's going on here? Like, are you guys just character fighting, or is this
as far
like...
as I know, it's in character.
Yeah, it's totally in character.
Okay, I'm just making sure because it was starting to get a little...
That was an excellent call, John. Like, that was
good job.
Very good that you did that.
Okay, I was just getting really weird because I was like, I don't know if this is...
It's not weird. What you did was
Whispering ours, or if this really was...
Timeout was appropriate, yes.
Okay.
Completely in character. Totally in character.
Okay.
So I do think it's getting uncomfortable. So I would say let's move this somewhere within it. And I think that wherever that's going. And I thought it kind of was where there's you probably want to leave it in the uncomfortable silence between the two and then move on, I would think. But just because I don't know where it's going. And around. So
and that was all. I was just like, because I was just making sure this wasn't switching from whisper ours to everybody actually crossing a line here.
No, it's totally in character. Ours and Whisper are just kind of fed up with each other, I think.
Okay.
As the one who unfortunately died, I would like to say that I don't feel like it was anybody's fault because of the fact that of the situation we were in. Magic was reacting in a very unstable manner. And generally when magic happens in an unstable manner, anything can happen. Be that death, be that someone turning into a young dragon, someone turning into a dragonborn, someone turning into a pig. Anything could happen. Unfortunately, death happened, but we were lucky. Yeah, I do think that if we decide to go that route again, we really should be a lot more careful and at least understand that, well, we didn't really think it was going to be that bad when we went through it. But unfortunately, it can be that bad.
Ours is kind of brooding.
Maybe we just take a breath. Give the ideas some room to breathe. A little bit of time. We'll circle back on it later. Maybe after some of the people present have had food. And aren't angry.
I think for the time being, just my opinion, if we're going to stay in camp, I think we take Whisper's advice. 2 people stay with ours at all time. We get through the week. And then, I mean, if you guys want to go back in after Grimshill, I'm all for it.
All right. A plan for now.
And I think for the time being, I think of the 2 that should be with ours. I think for the time being, maybe just Whisper is not one of them.
You see Alaric wants to say something real bad and just stops. It doesn't say this. Not going to help.
I'm okay with that.
All right.
Ours doesn't say anything. He just like looks away into the corner, kind of just brooding.
Okay. We have a plan.
All right, Celicus, how's your disguise coming there for him?
Hang on, I need a double check to see what the modifier roll is.
Yeah. Was it a 2-day project or is it quicker?
It is a where'd it go? Disguise robes. It takes 40 hours.
That's a work week.
Yep. Yeah. Wait, what do I have in my inventory? Do I have a robe.
So it'll be finished just in time for us to go back in.
Yep.
I have priestly robes in my bag. Granted, they probably will not fit you though, because I am much taller and scalier, and there's definitely a tail hole in these.
Okay. So with that, so we're going to go to more of the downtime, and then my other is there a idea of whether you're going towards Grimshill or to the vault? Because that probably shapes everybody's downtime a little bit.
Currently, I'm voting for going to Grimshill.
I'm voting for the Grimshill to the, what you said, Alark, for looping around to maybe hopefully hit the backside of the vault after we take out Grimshill.
I'll also vote Grimshill and then back route.
Ours is going with whatever the majority goes with.
Grimshill back route.
Yeah, that's fine. Either one is totally fine with me. I love Wild Magic and I love Grimshill, so content with either.
I was just content as long as we were going back in to the ruins. That's what I wanted to do.
You're like somewhere in there. Yeah, that's always the. That's why the polls need to be ranked choice voting.
I mean, Molly voted for both.
Yeah, that's why.
That's a good way to do it. At any rate, all right. So let's process this downtime. However we want to do that.
Since I already have priestly robes, could I, for a higher DC check, do it in less time?
I suppose, yeah. 'Cause I think part of it was making the robes themselves, I believe.
Yeah.
So now you're enchanting the robes, and you have the spellcasting ability, right? You have spellcasting, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, theoretically, it's to make them look more his size. Put some embellishments on it.
Gotcha.
kind of thing, instead of making it all from scratch.
Yeah, I would say it'd be more like a day. I'm good with that. So if you want to,
the base DC for it is a 13, and then there's like the other DCs on this list. There's 15 and 18.
Okay, I think we'll go 15 just to try to do it in quicker time with what you have available.
Okay. Then that is a Dex check with my proficiency for Weavers. Come on, dice, don't fail me now. That is exactly a 15.
Nice. All right, then what deity did you try to make the robes?
Bahamut, because that's what we're going with here. There were already like probably some like platinum dragon like related thing iconography. God, words are hard. And then Celicus has kind of like added some more embellishments to it. Cut pieces here and there, so it's for a person of Ars's height. And the hood is a little bit extra, just like over the head, in penance and prayer. And he does happen to have a small thing of incense that perhaps ours could be like in prayer with, kind of in disguise if need be.
Very cool. So ours now has a nice set of Bahamut robes with the various accoutrement that goes with them.
Nice.
Alaric spends the majority of his gold and at least 5 days of his downtime just buried in study and just a lot of math and lots of pages scattered about that don't look like they make any sense, but
okay, yeah, so you've got all this arcane formulae.
Yeah, it's a bit of a cluttered mess anytime in his tent or in the tiny hut, just burning through resources.
Very nice. I like it. So you do have the tent, and then the tent that goes around, and it's just like a mess. And it's like, what is he doing? Little field desk.
Nope.
Right. Any other downtime?
I know Jonathan's not here, so I don't know if he would have, as Calder, wanted to train Sammy, or if he would have had something else to do.
That's fine.
So
I can always process that when he gets back.
Okay.
We don't have to worry about that.
All right.
You know,
I don't want to like say his downtime for him if he had something like.
Yeah, he can just get it to me. It's not. We don't have to do that.
All right. I mean, there are, I know, actual priests of some of the deities here. So if I can, I would like to take some time to go for the week and spend some time with a couple of the different priests, talking to them. And I guess really I'm going to try to see if there's a way I can try to commune with my deity.
Right. Which Calder does not know who they are, right?
Nope.
Oh, Orion doesn't, is what I'm saying. Yes, Ryan.
No, Orion and Calder don't. Neither one of us know who our deity are.
Right. Perfect. Okay. Interesting enough, then, I think you begin to... okay, so... Yeah, I think you come up to... some priests here... generally low level or low, like the thing, just trying to. They sometimes provide healing or a few services for some money. So to do like a consult, they're very commerce minded, like everything here. It would be 20 gold.
Yeah, I'll pay the 20 gold.
Very cool.
But it's religion, so you have to call it a donation.
Yeah. $20 donation. 20 gold donation.
It's all right. My religion tells me I should steal the donation back later.
Indeed. You come in, and so going from what you had said, this is specifically a priest of Corellin who kind of listens to words here and is making notes. Just begins. So you say you just were able to harness the powers, these holy energies, and not but you do not know who they are provided by?
No. And I mean, to be fair, the other part is it's not all holy. It's a little like, I mean, I've met other priests because I've had injuries and other friends, but most of them usually can't do stuff like this. And I snap my fingers and I cast Disguise Self to look just like the priest.
Okay. Oh. I see. That is not common, no. Interesting. Well, if you let me, we can get us, I think. Yeah, I'd like to get just a pinprick of blood from you.
All right.
And he kind of takes his glass jar and he looks, puts, well, you can recognize him. He concentrates and he does a blessing over the water, essentially changing it to holy water. You've seen this technique before. And takes one of your fingers, pricks it, and lets a drop of your blood drop in. And he just sort of gazes at it. And as it enters, there's not like a stream of red, but it stays within a perfect globule. And then it turns black and expands until the entire glass is black. The priest just sort of stares. That was unexpected.
I don't know a lot of things, but usually black's not always like the best color.
Well, darkness, but dark isn't a bad thing. There's much one can do in the dark for good. Secrecy. I mean, secrets aren't all bad. There's power in those things, you know. But kind of things for a moment. I do have something that maybe I can help you with, and grabs this pack of kind of, it looks like some objects wrapped in black cloth, opaque, as he kind of takes it. Goes, and grabs a few symbols and essentially says, I can sell you this for this would be 100 gold and allow you to commune. But I can't guarantee that you will find yours or anyone will answer, but these candles were made entirely in darkness. They've never seen any light. And I would have you find a place that is dark without light, unwrap them, and light as part of the spell. I would hope that with your connection, plus these objects, someone will answer. Your person. Whatever deity it is that has blessed you.
I mean, at this point, I mean, I don't know what I'm looking for, but I'll take anything at this point. So I'll pull out 100 gold, and so just keep it all wrapped up until I'm in darkness.
All right. And so they will advise you that you have 3 questions that could be answered with yes or no.
Awesome. So I'm going to wrap that up, and I'm going to let someone else, if they want to do a little downtime, and I'm going to sit here and think of 3 questions that I might want to ask.
Very good. You're like... All right. I have never done that to people in my life. Well, I did that once, but that was a trickster spirit, so that's why they did that. Like, if their whole thing is that, then yes. All right. So, any other downtime?
Yeah, if it's possible. Ours would like to try and craft a Bloodwell vial +1.
Okay.
To better harness the power of his blood.
Indeed. What? Oh, actually, that's right. What tools do you have?
What tools does he have? He has cook's utensils, but that's it.
All right. So you would need like glass blowers tools to craft such a thing?
Could he have someone else? Could he pay someone else to do it? Someone who has proficiency in such a thing? Or access to such item?
If you're using someone else, they have to be proficient in it.
Okay. Well, I guess he would pay the cost for glassblower's tools then. He would try and buy them.
Okay. Get that, so I think those are common, unless there's something else.
I'm in the equipment section right now. Glassblower tools are 30 gold pieces.
Okay, so here that is the 60.
Yeah. For the purposes of, creating this Bloodwell vial, he would be willing to spend that.
Okay, cool. Is that the... So it's that, and then... Perfect, here we go. Yeah, so that pretty easy. Cool. Then you would need so here, that would be an additional 300 gold.
All right.
And 10 days.
Yes.
Let's go a little longer. And the +1's uncommon, right?
Yes. Yeah. And that's what he'll do with his time. Wearing the Bahamut robes and his golden mask to hide his face, if it doesn't have a mask of its own.
Okay. Putting that in. Anything? I think somebody has.
So Whisper would like to find a rapier and purchase it, and then spend her time training with this weapon.
Okay. So starting the training process there.
Yep.
Cool. Sounds good. Next.
Just working on gemology, or however you say it. I don't think it's gemology, but I think that should be how you say it.
Gemology. Very good. Yeah. Your proficiency. I like it. Going around. What do you feel like it looks like? Are you like just gathering rocks and categorizing them? And
I think like just like with the fast, like trying to like think about his old days as a paladin and like remembering like everything being shiny, just like with all like the jewels and stuff, like, and just remembering like that type of power that they hold, like just kind of like doing like focusing like on getting that power back, but in a different way. And so just like organizing the gems and like learning like how to manipulate them, carve them, like polish them, all that jazz.
very nice.
I like the idea of Xanatos sort of just like cracking rocks open to see if there's anything special inside. There's just a bunch of broken rocks over by Xanatos' tent.
It's not a lot of work. It's simple work. Someone's got to do it.
Finding rocks, breaking rocks. Okay, next.
I think I have 3 questions. So I would assume one of the nights that we're here, I'm going to find a dark place. Still in camp, but a place maybe a little on just the edge, and set everything up the way the priest showed me, and I will light the candle.
Okay. So you sit there and you take the candles out in the dark. And you don't have dark vision or anything, right?
Nope.
So kind of hopefully setting them up right as you are finally lighting them.
Oh, actually, oh no, I can't. I was gonna see if I could cast dark vision on myself, but that's not a spell for me.
I mean, Whisper could help you make sure you at least have them set up straight.
Oh, yeah. Actually, yes. I could ask Whisper I'll tell Whisper the way that the priest told me to set it up, and kind of be like, can you get my hands with my tinder and flint, like right where I'm supposed to go to hit it?
Is it like Ghost, where Whisper's behind you?
It wasn't before, but it is.
It is now.
And then once he's in place, she'll leave so he can do his ritual.
I will say this, that if I ever die in this campaign now, there will be a time when Orion will come behind Whisper now and lead Whisper.
So as you end up lighting the thing here in the presence of the candles, the flame comes up blue. In addition, it's cold. As you push it out, and Whisper, even as you leave, there is a cold that is radiating from these flames. Each one. There are 7 candles to light. Form a bit of a circle. If we were in, we'd see the 7th light, and the fire outside for your camp extinguishes. And the Gaslighter camp is dark. And Orion. The cold hits, and then at the same time, a strange warmth to your skin. And as you open your eye, it's almost like a blink and then open. And you find yourself in what looks like a courtroom, like a high court of some type. Like you'd think out of kings and queens and nobles. A room circular with chairs all around, made of obsidian and ivory. And you see turning from what looks like the most elaborate chair as if they were reading. This pale skinned woman, hair dark like night, a dress was at first you think are sequins that come down, but as you look closer, are burning constellations. Very ornately arranged. Though you feel no wind or hair seems to blow, she wears upon her head this crown of a type of metal with a blue gem in the center. Noticing you, she motions, and a nearby flame erupts in blue light, casting warmth, taking away any cold. She looks. Someone copied a little bit of homework. But smiles. Ask your questions.
Are you my deity?
Indeed.
As I look at her. Does she look familiar?
Give me a history check. I think you're trying to remember your life.
12.
Look is mysterious as you gaze. Her ears stretch back like 6-7 inches, and she feels familiar, but you can't place her.
Are you one of the prime deities of the material plane?
No. But that doesn't mean I can't give my blessings to those who I choose.
I have a friend from another plane. Or are you from the Feywild too?
The more shadowy bit. But yes. She smiles. You have come far, and your curiosity is to be commended. You and your brother will hear from me as you grow. Don't worry. I believe you will do well. As she waves and the flame goes out, it's dark, and now you stare at candles with orange flames as they burn out. You hear outside of the tent as the fire roars back to life.
I'm going to look around. Is Whisper around?
She's probably sitting outside of wherever it is you were doing this. Probably stopped when the air got cold and the lights went out. So we didn't really go out for her, so
I'm just gonna start yelling like for Whisper.
He'll come in. She'll come in. Yeah.
So it worked.
Great. Who's your deep?
I should have actually asked the name. But first off,
that's not yes or no.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I met her, like dark hair, pale, crown, blue gem. She's not from this plane though. But you remember when you asked me, and you had your satyr that gives you power from your plane? She said she's from that plane, but the dark, shadowy part. I don't know what that means. Do you? I don't think I have minor illusion. Nope.
Well, if she's from the Feywild, the dark side, that could either mean she's from the Winter Court, or if she means like the really dark side, that's the Shadowfell, which is not technically the Feywild. It's reflection,
Ooh.
or the dark reflection of the Prime material plane, I think, is how that works.
I feel like someone just in the back of my head just made me realize, and I'll cast Disguise Self, and I'll look like her.
Does the image mean anything to me?
Whisper's not from the Feywild, right?
No, she spent 3 years there.
Who's your patron? Is it the Traveler, essentially?
Yep.
Okay.
But as his centaur form.
Yeah.
Not centaur, satyr.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me history check.
It's a new day, so I'm going to use my heroic inspiration. I have a +0. And I feel like that's appropriate. I got an 18 and a 19.
Okay.
We'll go with the 19 since it's better.
I would say the time you were there, you had seen the satyr talk once to someone who looked like this.
Oh, I've seen her.
I mean, I don't know exactly who she is, but here's the funny thing too: is she mentioned me and my brother at the end, which makes me wonder, because you said you get your power from someone from the Feywild. Maybe my brother is getting his power from her as well, from the Feywild.
I mean, there are really powerful Fey, Archfey. I suppose they can sometimes not exactly be on the level of gods, but compared to us, definitely godlike.
I mean, at least it gives me an avenue, right? Like, I don't know if this means we need to take a trip to the Feywild, but
Perhaps. It got cold.
yeah, it was freezing when I went there. But then all of a sudden, it was like really nice and warm.
All right. And so Whisper, I just wanted to double check so I didn't give you the wrong thing. You would have known her title as Mistress of Air and Darkness.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, definitely an Archfey. The Mistress of Air and Darkness, which makes sense because it was cold and then it got dark.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it works out. I mean, I get to breathe, and that's air, and I like sneaking around in the dark and stealing stuff.
Oh. Winter Court. Of the Winter Court.
Winter Court. All right, I gotta make note of that. I'm starting my own little like book for like what do they call it? The priests. They have their like book for like when they keep notes about their gods. I'm making one.
So you don't mean a journal, you mean like the holy book.
Sure.
That is really interesting.
But I mean, as much as I want to go buy another candle, I'm gonna have to see what I can find out just about this stuff first.
Matt, Whisper would share whatever information she has, but I don't want to like things that I know as a person. I don't want to like.
And they're not necessarily true.
Yeah,
because you're this mythos and the mythos you're thinking aren't quite lining up perfectly.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But she is. But with my time, there would have known that she's the queen,
Mistress of Air and Darkness.
Okay.
Is what you were aware of.
Okay.
Because also, I mean, if you go back, they wouldn't have talked to you much about that.
Yeah.
Because he's like, yeah, Mr. Anyway, let's go over here, and especially because of as who you knew him as.
Yeah. Well, the first 6 months I did spend time captured by a dark fae, so necessarily in the Winter Court because there are unaligned fae. So, but
Correct.
yeah. So I'll tell them a little bit of information what I have, which is like, yeah, she's the queen, the mistress. She's sort of in charge of the winter.
All right. And then I feel like for the rest of the night, I'd probably keep asking Whisper questions. But again, they're just going to be questions Whisper has no actual answer to. And it's like when it's like someone just keeps asking like the same question, but reworded 6 different times. And you're like, no matter how many times you ask me the question, I still don't know the answer to the question.
Awesome. And then Whisper, as you're having this conversation, can't help but notice it could be just your own memories flowing back, but just the natural shadows around Orion's eyes are just like darker. And just things seem to click. And Orion, for the next 2 weeks, you will have advantage on stealth checks. Shadows just tend to cling to you.
I mean, for that rest of this week, though, it's just going to be Orion just trying to make as many notes of everything that he can try to remember from what happened in that little vision.
And get
I would say
20 gold donation back.
I think as much as that would be his interest, I think I would actually go buy a book, like a blank journal, and an ink pen, like Alaric, and I'm gonna start. Yeah, I'm starting to take notes and trying to keep as much record of this as I can, so I try not to forget that this is for the first time ever I have some idea of who my deity is. I don't know how much a book costs.
Let's call it 15 gold here.
Oh, okay. Well, I found it's actually so 25, but that's if it's an actual like book.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So I knew 25 was a written book, so I just said let's do 15 for the thing.
For the blank book.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. And I'll get like a little ink pen thing so I can write as I go. Nice. Those are super cheap.
and an inkwell and blank pages, backup parchment, and
I was just trying to give it all in one cost and get it going.
Alaric is like, no, you're going to need a lot more than that. Welcome to the world of research, my friend.
It's all right. I'm sure that my deity would be more than happy that I steal it from everyone else, including you. Do I need that magic ink to make writing my book?
Magic? Oh, no. The ink is just expensive, not magic in itself.
Got it.
No. The reason it costs so much is because I fail so many times until I get it right.
Gotcha.
I 90% failure, like 2% success, 8% luck. It's a struggle, but it's worth it, right? Tiny hut.
Yeah, I'm not against it. I'm all for it.
After overhearing Alaric bemoan how expensive being a wizard is, he happens to find 100 gold under his pillow one night. I'm donating you money. I have a lot of money. I'm just hoarding it over here.
Half dragon, yeah.
Because you're dragon, yeah.
The impulse to spend it immediately on research. But I'll save it and cherish it as long as I can. It might not last. Who knows? There's a patron of the arcane arts out there somewhere.
Somewhere out there. Over the rainbow.
I was going to say beneath the pale moonlight.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
Huzzah.
All right. Anything else? Okay. So it sounds like everyone's done their downtime. How would you all like to, because you're kind of self-directed a little bit here, on what you want your next steps to be?
Is my shield done?
Indeed. Did I already give you that? I thought I did. Maybe I didn't.
Rocks.
I guess I did. Okay, let me get you that. I thought I had already put it in. I apologize. But as I get the shield, so she comes up and she's knees like, "Woo! This was a fun one. Thanks for letting me work on this thing. If you guys ever find anything else broken, be happy to take your money and make it not."
Thank you. And Celicus admires the beautiful craftsmanship. Setting in the diamonds around the outside. How evenly spaced.
Indeed. Yeah, she has made it perfect here. And so now we do have the upgrade to this. So it now has 3 charges and as a bonus action. You can expend a charge to cause a creature within 10 feet of you that you can see to make a DC 15 con save or be blinded for a round. It seems like now the diamonds here on the glass absorb the sun's light. You can see how you can put them together to let the diamonds expel that light into someone's eyes.
Blinded by the light. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
And now I will give you your catalyst for the next thing. So your character doesn't necessarily know, but you know so that you can help me. Don't forget it.
2 size categories larger. They have to be huge, enormous. A medium, so that it's large, then huge.
Yeah, so huge.
Okay. That's a dragon. That's a giant. That's even a troll.
Indeed. Very cool. Yeah. So basically, you just have to be using it, and it's such a thing. Next. All right. So shield's good.
Mm-hmm.
Do we need to have a meeting?
Beginning to attune.
And then we'll pick up, I know Cal's not here, but we'll pick up measure from the professor.
That's right. He was finishing that enchantment.
Yep.
So, yeah, measure is picked up incorrect.
I will say, since it many days have gone by at this point, and there's been all quiet on the Western Front, Celicus is getting a little suspicious that it's been too quiet. And he's going to be a little bit extra introspective on the how people are talking in like the heavier congregated areas like during the day.
Okay. Give me investigation.
The hot gas.
Do a Celicus investigation check.
It's a 12. The straight roll of 12. No modifiers.
Nice. Yeah, with a 12, I was just coming away that you just find a lot of people talking about like weird things, like a lot that occasionally get a conversation that just doesn't quite make a lot of sense, but other than that, nothing that really like hits your Celicus alarms.
Like what? Like what's something weird?
Oh, something weird. Like people like getting into like a lot of detail of how their dog ran away in the night, and they found it hunting for fireflies.
That is weird. Oh my gosh! Celicus brings us back to like the group one day, and he just tells that. I wonder if this like set this guy on the path to becoming an adventurer. You know? Was this his fateful moment? Okay, I'm good.
Oh, are we taking the kobolds back in with us?
I mean, the hope is that their chant is going to help us again, right?
So how many kobolds are we taking back in with us?
We only have 2.
Well, I think they made friends. Didn't they? Are there numerous kobolds now out there hiding amongst the rocks and things? Or they stole all the beer for themselves. That's all possible.
You know, it'd be crazy if they stole all that beer and then they started reselling it.
I was just clarifying. I'm good with just bringing
Sid and Sod.
Sid and Sod.
I mean, we put them on top of Sammy. They can ride on top of Sid. Ride on top of Sammy, not in Sammy, because they might get eaten that way.
I mean, they do have legs still, right?
Yeah.
If we want to avoid the possibility of them being eaten by Sammy, maybe they can
walk.
Yeah.
All right. All my preparations are set. I'm ready to go, and the rest of you are.
I mean, I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
Some point during this week, Whisper would have also got her bow and arrows out of Sammy, since we now know that that's where we're going. She didn't want anything to happen to them while they were here, but now that we know where we're going, might need them.
Very nice. All right, with that, then it sounds like we are headed back in. Okay, so very good. As you in this day, you've gotten everything together. And as you approach the mouth of the ruins, you see this badger walking out. And tied to it is like this red string. And everyone's sort of looking at it, and you guys are headed in as it comes to you and blinks, and it opens its mouth, and you hear the voice of Professor Terence Myron von Kufen. Dear friends, follow the string and help me not be eaten very quickly. And then
oh dear,
Badger closes mouth and goes and starts to run away in another direction.
With the string still attached to them?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to see if. Quickly. Oh no, that'd be terrible. Orion, can you freeze the string so it breaks?
I can try. I mean, I have Ray of Frost.
Yeah.
So, can I try to shoot the string with a Ray of Frost?
Yeah, roll for it. Let's see.
All right. 17.
Indeed, and it freezes and snaps and severs.
Well done.
Well, that wasn't what I was expecting.
No, I wasn't. I mean, I would very much like to go and try and rescue the professor. I know we have other plans, but I would very much like to do that.
I'm fine with that.
I mean,
any objections?
Let's go.
Yeah, let's find him.
All right. Try and follow the string. Orion, what happens if you cast light on the string?
I'll pick up the string. I'll cast light.
Light shoots down the string, down this passage, dark, that you're able to easily follow past the Seal of Draconia, deeper into the ruins. And the one avenue you haven't taken yet.
Oh, we're going to the right?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Okay. The very first thing I would like to check is the last name carved into the pillar down the right direction.
Yeah, indeed. Professor Terence Koenig van Kuffen.
Okay. Just all by his lonesome.
Just him.
Oh, man.
Except, like, he put little, like, I and C after it.
Of course. Oh. Okay. Now we're going into the unknown. But I would still like to try and aid the professor. There's...
Like, I'm totally fine going into the unknown. It was going back into the hellish nightmare that we know exists, where I had the problem.
So,
but I would also like to help the professor. He gave us this lovely friend, which also carries our stuff.
Well, I mean, the professor can't be that far ahead, hopefully, because they just left after finishing the enchantments. So hopefully he doesn't have more than like a day on us.
So any objections to going down the right path?
Okay, I have to ask this above table. Okay, I really hope this is the reason, but the reason why this professor is because our department is not feeling well, and because with the Battle of Grimchill, because like, is that the reason why like this was brought up, or is this like just Matt being mad?
So I have, I mean, I've had this as a thing that I'm like, this is going to happen. And now is a good time for it to happen based on this particular out of game, what you mentioned. So yes, our turn is there. Yes. And in consideration of that, this thing I had, this is a good time to use the thing.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure like that we're not going off track again, like, or that like it's not like we're not going to do Grimchill like eventually.
Gotcha.
But,
yes. No, that's a fair question. So
okay.
So yeah, Cause Night. Well, it's the big thing. I mean, she made the mini, and I'm like, to kind of
I totally respect that. I just want to make sure that Grimchill is going to happen within the next couple of weeks, like that we're not.
Correct. This isn't.
Okay. Cool.
You and I are on the same page.
Cool. Perfect. Thank you. That was my question.
Good question.
So with the string lighting the way, but now not knowing what's ahead, do we proceed cautiously?
Do we proceed cautiously into a dungeon
Quiet.
on the side we've never gone down with a glowing string and a talking badger and a guy who's a real dick to us but gives us really cool stuff? I think that would be a wise course of action, yes, to go with caution.
All right. I'll take lead like normal. My brother is right behind me, as usual.
I will try to aid Orion in locating traps, if that's what Orion is doing.
I will be looking, for traps and to make sure that we don't walk into, hopefully, a hallway of mimics.
I'll stay next to A squared.
All right. Go give me a perception check, Orion. Good news is it's all brightly lit because you got your string.
And Whisper will kind of watch the back since she has ability to see in the dark if we should ever lose light.
23.
Santos will be with Whisper.
Okay, in this case, you follow and check. And this is a little bit more of a well-trodden. You see samples of traps here that were kind of sprung or large wooden pillars that are holding up what might have been once collapsing hallway. What you do find is what appears to be a strange residue around a dark hole that you see fresh like debris strewn about as if there was a large explosion. And there's this small medallion with an arcane symbols and runes on it. And coming off of it and then down into this hole is what appears to be this blue, kind of ethereal rope.
What kind of rope?
Is the rope connected to the medallion?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at the rope. I mean, it has the look of hempen rope, but it is insubstantial, it feels like. Though as you kind of reach forward, you're able, when you touch it, it's like solid.
If I try to pick up the arcane relic, like, can I pick that up too? Or
when you go with the medallion, it seems like it's stuck down. And then this red thread that is glowing in light now does enter into the hole. And you look down, and because now it's all lit up, you can see a vast maze of what appears to be spider webs. But as you watch, they go from like, it looks like they're anchored on one part of the wall, and then you follow the web, and it seems to vanish into nothingness.
I'm going to relay this and say, does anyone know what that might mean? Like the webs, they're there, they're not there.
Webs usually mean spiders.
I mean, I get that. I'm just
They're
saying.
Flammable.
I think he's talking about the fact that they kind of just fade into nothing, not are just floating there like a detached web would.
Yeah.
Do you think perhaps they just move into the ethereal plane?
Ethereal spiders?
Well, phase spiders.
What if there are spiders in space, Alaric?
There are definitely spiders in space.
Oh.
Everything's in space.
There are.
The laws of horror denote that if there are any two awful things, somewhere they collide.
Can we see where the string ends, or does it just seem to just disappear into darkness?
It goes down, and you see it's kind of at some point it seems to be caught up in some of the webbing, and as it goes there, it becomes so like it's a little obscured, so it's hard to see. But it does give you you're able to see the shadow of a humanoid about 100 feet down. As well as you can see one what looks like shadowed spider-like form spinning its spinnerets. What you can gauge it, roughly 10 feet spider.
I mean, I don't have I don't know what you guys' thoughts are. I mean, but if that's the professor down there, we got to get them out of here before they become dinner.
What's the size of the hole?
The size of the hole is about 7 feet.
Oh. So we'd have to go down one at a time.
Xantos will sorry.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
I would say Xantos would probably like look at Obi and say, "Hey, why don't you cast light like on something and drop it down in there, that into the hole, like that way, see if it's like a real body or something."
That's why they can see is because of the light.
Oh, all right, never mind.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah, the red string goes in there.
Yeah. And it looks like
I guess it's now a light string because it's light, not red.
Yeah. I'll tell you, Alaric, why don't you give me a whatever that's called, an Arcana check.
Arcana. All right.
A wizard stuff check.
27.
Okay. Again, this is one of those times when you're looking down and you can see the genius of the professor, even though the rest of your party kind of mock him. Where this particular item puts down a rope that seems to be made out of the astral plane.
Oh.
And thusly, any creature touching the rope that's being projected from it can control their descent or ascent by their mind.
Mm.
And you get that this is a very custom. You can tell the professor would have made this and come up with it.
The humanoid figure we see 100 feet down, did it look like it was moving at all?
It definitely is breathing.
Okay.
Then just has anyone like called out to the possibly professor down there? See if they responded.
We have not, because, well, I assumed it would alert the arachnid to our location and would get us attacked.
All right. I don't know if this will work. I mean, I can turn invisible. if one of you lowers me down, if I'm very careful, I might be able to get down there, cut the body free, and then you just pull me up.
Is the to clarify real quick, based on what Orion just said, do we see that webbing along the sides of this hole?
It starts after the hole.
Okay.
So this was blown in and found this kind of cavernous area.
I mean, if you can go invisible, climb down that astral tether, that's certainly one option.
I'm just going to need help getting up. I don't know if you guys remember this, but I'm not the best at climbing ropes. The last time I ended up in a kobold trap, almost burned myself alive. I mean, I know, and I point to Cal, he's got those magic gloves that can, he's got some strength.
Okay, that's phase 1. What if phase 1 doesn't go great? Do we all go down then?
I think we might have to.
Cool.
Okay, so if phase 1 goes poorly, then we all jump into the hole. I feather fall us. We all land although you go a bit slow when you feather fall, so it would take us a little bit longer to get down to the bottom, but we'd arrive safely.
I could fly us.
One at a time?
It would have to be one at a time.
What if I turn me and Celicus invisible?
You can turn 2 people invisible?
Yeah. And then we just fly down, grab the body, and try to fly out.
And if that goes wrong, then we all jump down?
Yes. So we've now changed part 1. So now 2 people are going down invisible. And then if that goes bad, we all go down to fight. Yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool. Works for me.
Okay.
All right. Celicus, you have to do whatever it is that you got to do, though, before I cast invisibility on you. Because if you do anything crazy after that, or make any really magic or anything like that, it's gonna drop it.
Okay. So wings out first.
Yes.
Poof. Wings out.
And then I am going to cast the Blessing of the Trickster, which is not concentration, on Celicus, so that I'm just giving her advantage. In the event that she loses her invisibility, she still has advantage on stealth.
Okay.
And then I will, on the 2 of us, I'm going to get next to Celicus, and then I'm going to cast invisibility at 3rd level, so we both turn invisible.
Okay. And Celicus, you are flying down there.
Yeah. I have my fly speed is equal to my regular speed, so 30 feet. And it lasts for 10 minutes.
Okay. Going down, I am going to need an acrobatics check to carefully not touch the webbing as you beat your wings and fly down.
Am I doing one also, or is it just Celicus?
This is just going to be Celicus, because they're the one that's making this.
That's what I thought.
Oh, God.
So I was going to say it. I was going to say take an advantage to represent Obi trying to help, because it is the 2.
And for future reference, we do have 3 inspirations in the chat.
Yes, that's how Calder is helping us.
Yeah. It's an advantage though, so I can't get any worse than that.
Yeah.
Unless it's another one.
Don't you?
It's a 21.
Okay.
I almost spoke it into existence because the one's right next to the 19.
I've heard Chad's like, "Ah!" So you avoiding the webs very carefully land, and you can see here you see the professor. He is tied up in the webs and looks like he's chewing on something. Is he kind of staring at the bright white light of the thread? And you can see that it looks like through the webbing, he's pushed up this weird rod that is purple and has like this tentacle on it that he's put it to his temple. And as you get close, you start to hear, Tesdine, can anyone hear me? Tesdine? Tesdine, can anyone hear me? Has someone come down? In your minds.
Oh.
If we think, can you hear us?
Ah, yes. Amazing, your minds figured it out. Congratulations. I am so proud of you.
Celicus, this is so cool.
You've never communicated via telepathy before, Obi.
No. This is just crazy. You can hear me.
Cool.
I can hear you. He can hear me. Wait, hold up. Whisper, can you hear me?
No, there's no way you communicated to her unless you said it out loud.
No,
if you did, he's like...
I'm saying it all in my head. I'm trying to see if
goes. He is saying to you, dragon friend, can you hear him?
Yes. Yeah, I can't hear him.
Okay.
He's talking about Whisper, one of our other associates. Anyway, Big Spider, we're here. Let's see. What would be the easiest way to cut you out of this?
So, Celicus, I'm thinking if we just cut him even while he's still wrapped and we just get out, it's easier to cut him free up there than it is to sit here and play the whole, like, cut a ton of webbing.
Yeah. And no offense, Professor, it'd be easier to carry you that way.
He kind of thinks, and he looks, his eyes look at, you see a particular line of silk. He goes, that is the tension line. If it does not maintain tension, they will know.
Well, luckily for you, this is not my first rodeo with a trap. So I'm actually going to pull out my bucket, and then I'm going to sit there and start kind of like putting a little dirt in it. Kind of get a little balance going here. And my idea is I'm going to see if I can pull the webbing just taut enough, and then snip lower, and then tie it back, and then put the bucket down and leave it with enough weight.
Yeah, I think this is going to be much more on the sleight of hand portion of that. So that is the check that I will need.
All right. Celicus, if this goes really bad, we got to go.
If it goes bad, Celicus is ready to whip out his sword and just go shlook, 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 grab and go.
Inspirations in chat.
22.
Okay. That. Carefully remove the tension line, get to the bucket, and are able to let it go so that there's no vibrations, as you also attach it to several other thread lines. Very good. Just still need to be careful, but that's the main issue. So your attempt here is just to cut this he's wrapped up this pod, essentially cocoon, loose from the rest.
Right.
Okay. We'll do another sleight of hand with the dagger.
Okay.
A little easier.
All right.
Inspiration in the chat.
I'm going to take it. Oh, thank God. 23.
What's the other one? Lower.
Oh, the other one was a 12.
Yeah. So very carefully now, you have cut the lines. And Professor's very excited as he's very good. You are a genius. Wonder why you're with everyone. And just thinking out loud. Okay, and then you kind of have to steady it as he almost falls within it. So now you've got Professor in webbing. What do you want to do?
All right. Celicus.
Yep.
You're gonna go straight up with the professor.
I'm going up with the professor.
and listen, as you go up, I'm gonna grab onto your legs. I'm gonna hold on because you can't hold the professor and me at the same time. So you're gonna go up, and I'm gonna take your ankles, and I'm gonna hold really tight, and you just gotta go straight up.
Okay.
Okay, for this, Celicus, I will need an acrobatics with disadvantage. And an acrobatics, I really have to give Orion disadvantage to pull this off.
There are 2 inspirations left in the chat.
And ours,
let's use them.
Can ours give them give one of them guidance?
Is it in a touch?
Yeah, it is.
I am definitely gonna just use one of those inspirations.
Me too.
Please, God. Please, God.
Please, my new God.
Please, God.
19.
Natural one.
Ryan holds as Celicus just stands there.
Amazing. Celicus, give me a strength save to not get caught in the webs as you put yourself in.
$17.
17. Okay. So
do I shoot up like a literal bullet?
yeah. Yeah. Let me come up. Perfect. So, but you have 40 feet. What's your speed?
30 feet.
30 feet. Okay, so you have moved 30 feet as we roll initiative.
Oh, God. To be fair, we are like at least over halfway through the mission, which is we have.
This is pretty good. I mean, the way this stuff goes, I have to say.
I'll take a 6 due to the fact that I'm also hanging on by Celicus's legs, invisible, hoping we don't die.
Need ours and Alaric. I still need the R's.
Oh, do you want me to roll for Calder? Or are we okay?
No, don't worry about that.
Okay.
Acrobatics check.
Initiative.
Initiative. Okay. All right. That's a nat 20 for a 22.
Nice. All right. Very cool. So this begins to occur. What you do see is all around within the webbing, the air begins to vibrate like water. And ours, you go first.
So what can I see in here?
Way down there is a spider at the bottom. Other than that, you see what appear to be 5 rippling areas of air.
Okay. How far down is that? Yeah.
There are various things, but I would say many like around their position, so about 60 feet down.
Ours has dark vision. You can see that far down.
Mm-hmm. There's also light, so you're good to go.
Yeah.
What'd you like to do?
So he sees one spider, and there's some other rippling dark shapes.
Yeah, the one spider's about 100 feet down, but yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, for now, ours, I think, is going to play support. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So, ours whispers underneath his breath holy words, and is going to cause a shimmering pale golden light to fall over Orion, Seleucus, and Xanatos.
All right.
He's going to cast Bless first level.
Nice. Very cool.
And then he's going to tap his Staff of the Adders like down against the ground. He's going to cause the head to come alive.
All right. So that gives them a D4 on attacks and saves, right?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. In that case, Seleucus, and the webs around you, three of the out of three of the rippling areas jaunt these blue and black spiders, each one with about 13 eyes coming, mouths wide open. Gonna roll these attacks. Let's see here. We got 22.
Are they still? She's still invisible, or Seleucus is still invisible. So is that disadvantage?
Is it disadvantage? Thank you. The second one I rolled was a 25, so we rolled the 22. And
22 still hits.
It's 22. Next attack is 16.
16 does not hit.
Perfect. So they do know your location, so they can do this. That will miss. I got one hit. 15 misses, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. 17?
Uh-huh.
That hits or misses?
Misses.
Got it. 11, and then another miss. Only one hit here, as only one bite comes into you. Ooh, low roll for 4 piercing damage and 13 poison. To you. Then we'll go to Alaric.
Okay. Is there space to send like a cantrip at just the spiders I can see?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're looking down at this. There's the red light, the red string of light.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna wind up some blue flames in my hand, and fulfill, and send a firebolt down at the spider that at the closest one.
Got it.
Is nat 20.
Woo!
Yeah. So that's 4d10. All right. So that is 30 points of fire damage.
Nice. I'm not sure if it's screaming or if steam is escaping its carapace as it burns. It's still alive but bloodied. Anything else?
Yeah. And Sorry, how far down are they again? Did you
60.
say 60? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my turn for now.
You got it. All right. 2 more come out of the rippling air towards Acelicus. First attack was a miss. Second one here is a 23 to hit.
Yep.
Then a miss. And a miss. So just one more hit for 7 piercing and 7 poison. As each one seems to be taking 2 bites. Then Celicus, it's your turn.
I'm guessing if I move, I will take op attacks.
You got 5 spiders with reactions.
Wait, can they op attack someone they can't see?
That is an interesting one. Yeah, I would say yeah. So you wouldn't with the invisible.
Okay then.
So
then I'm gonna keep on flying up my next 30 feet.
Very good. So this is an interesting thing where it seems like they're able to track your movement, but they cannot see you. So as you go up, they're kind of like understanding where you're going, but they can't see correctly to grab you. As you're like touching these webs and such things.
If I can't get up there with just my 30, then I'm going to action dash.
Oh, yeah, because you're 60 feet away right now from the top, so you're going to try to dash up there. Let me just do this. What's your strength score?
17.
Okay. Actually, what's your carrying capacity?
510. Oh wait, no. Carrying capacity 255. Push, drag, or lift is 510.
Okay, I gotta give you encumbered up here. So, with a dash, you would get 30 feet.
Okay. Then, I will expend my action surge to go to do more. Then.
Yeah, another 15. So you're 15 feet away.
As far as we can, guys.
All right,
what I got.
15 feet away from the top. Love it. All right, then we'll go to Xanatos.
All right. Since I can't do much going on here, I think Xanatos will put his axe down for Celicus to grab and ready in action, or whenever he feels Celicus grabbing, he would call out to her to grab it, to then help pull her up the remaining 15 feet if once she grabs it to help eliminate a dash or something.
Yeah, so you kind of hit your stomach, put the axe down, reaching down, come on. Yeah, love it. Very cool. The spider that is down there begins to dash up on the web 60 feet. And as it gets to the last bit, you see it dive through the liquid air again and kind of vanish. And we'll go to Orion.
Is the professor's ethereal rope hanging in the air too as we're going?
It's still there, yeah.
Am I able to grab onto that?
Yeah, you can do it.
So I am actually going to let go of Celicus and grab onto that rope so I can start climbing, so Celicus can break free and hopefully next turn get right out.
Got it.
And then I'll start climbing the rope myself.
All right, you have a speed on that rope of your intelligence score times 2.
So 22, because I have an 11.
Yeah, there you go. So that gets you out.
All right, so yeah, I will let go of Celicus. You'll feel the weight release, and I'll start climbing past, and I'll be like, and I'll just flop out invisible. But I'm like, I'm out. Just get her out, or get him out, and get the professor.
Got it.
That'll be my turn.
Whisper.
Okay, so everybody, including Professor, is invisible?
The professor's
Not
still wrapped up. It's just me and Celicus are invisible.
Okay.
Just this floating webbed body.
Got it. Okay. Then she'll take aim at one of the spiders that she can see with Eldritch Blast.
You got it. You want to do the one that's damaged?
Sure. It's on fire, probably easier to see.
Yeah.
That's a natural 20.
Glad we're using all these natural 20s before Grimchill. That's awesome.
Yep. That's 10.
Nice.
Eldritch Blast number 2
Very good.
is a 21
That hits.
for another 10.
Okay. How do you want to kill it?
I think Whisper sees sort of where Alaric's spell is kind of still burning in the spider and just launches two of the Eldritch Blasts, and they punch through that spot where he weakened with his fire and just punch right through it and come out the other side. Spider gets everywhere.
Falls. Yeah, absolutely.
That's my turn.
Ours.
Alrighty. So one of them got killed. Everybody is looking like they're in good shape. Well, no, that's not true. Celicus, you're looking rough.
You can't see Celicus.
Oh, that's true. Yikes. Well, that limits things.
I mean, you probably see their blood dripping in the floor.
So, what all would he have to do to reach Celicus? There he is.
So it's 15 feet away.
15. I have a very bad idea of the layout of this place.
The hole, they're 15 foot down. Fine.
Okay. Well,
But again, cannot see, but you do see basically see the professor about 20 feet away, more or less. Just in the air.
are there any enemies in sight?
Yep, there are specifically 4 that are still 60 feet away.
Would he have to, like, is he able to get to them, or are they, like, along walls and stuff and
I mean, he's down a hole.
below the hole? Yeah. Okay. Well, he is going to hurl psychic energy. Actually, fire. He's going to hurl fire at the nearest one.
Let's go!
That is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
All right. And that is 8 fire damage.
Perfect. Explodes on its hide, burning it. Anything else?
Not for now. Gonna save slots.
You got it. Okay, so see 2 of these, the one you hit and another one next to it. I think with this climb along the walls, the webbing, kind of swirling and avoiding any like type of ob attacks as they burst out of the hole next to all of you and into like that liquid air. Therefore, they cannot be seen. Alaric.
I cast Mage Armor. Yep.
All right.
Yeah, and we can't see any of the ones that just jumped out into the room with us.
Correct.
They're all gone. Yeah, then that's my turn.
All right. Then another two do the same thing. Coming out, just kind of swimming almost into the air and vanishing. Seleucus!
I'm going to get out of here. Fly, get out.
Okay. So with the help, you're able just to use your movement to get out because there's Xanatos down there pulling you up. So you have your action and anything else?
Then as soon as we get out, I am going to use my action to free the professor instead of healing myself. Because the professor is a very smart man. And I am smart for freeing the smart man who is much smarter than me.
Okay, take action with your blade. And the professor is out of the web. Takes the tentacle off. She's like, I marveled. Beautiful thinking. Very good, Seleucus. And
Professor.
I guess go to Xanatos.
Now that like they're both up, like Xanatos will stand up and like I guess like just ready to like just strike any of the spider because you can't see the ones like behind, but
Sure.
just like ready for them to like come up because you know yeah just actually how close are they now?
You don't see any right now.
Oh, okay, cool. Then I guess just ready to hit like whichever one he sees, but he's looking down at the hole, like waiting for them to come up.
Okay, very good. So basically, you're like, if I see a spider, I'm hitting it.
Yep. Bumps up, skin sliced.
Perfect. So, and Orion.
Knowing that Seleucus is now out, I will stop concentrating on invisibility, and so I can see Seleucus, and everybody can see the two of us again. And I will look right at Seleucus, and using a second level healing word as a bonus action, I will cast that on him. And that will be 13 for that. And then I will use my action to use my Channel Divinity to restore another 1d8 plus 4 to Seleucus. Because it's another 6. Because Seleucus just pulled off quite a miracle of getting the professor out of there, despite everything. So, and I'm going to get to my feet and start getting onto the other side of the hole toward the exit. And just trying to figure out, what are we doing? Are we leaving? We have the professor.
Yeah, Whisper.
Whisper will turn to Alaric and says, well, you were right. They sort of just phase in and out of reality.
I'm really hoping they can't hit us while they're there as we run.
Sure. Whisper will do what Orion did and make her way to the other side towards the exit.
So you're running away.
No, I'm walking away carefully, Matt.
Okay.
I know not to run by a pool, and a hole is like a pool.
No, so okay, so you're getting 30 feet away from your friends.
Yes, that definitely that is what I'm doing.
Okay.
Okay. I'm afraid now.
All right. Anything else?
She'll shout at Xanatos, "Hey, anything that comes through, I know you're going to hit it," and give him Bardic Inspiration.
Oh, I got
which is a
double
D6.
Bless and Bardic. Heck yeah.
Yeah, and then the professor is looking and is like, "No, wait, why did you?" And takes out what essentially is like a glass and metal spray bottle, and just begins to spray all of you. Except Orion and Whisper, and himself, and all of you have haste. As he begins chanting, and this moves, and look, you can see him channeling some pretty powerful magic while he's doing it. Ars, go ahead, it's your turn.
All right. So, feeling this haste power come over him, he takes the Staff of Adders in both hands and like smirks slightly, like he's about to enjoy himself.
Okay.
So they're all still down the hole, right?
No, they came up and then they vanished.
Ah. Okay. Interesting. Well, he is going to True Strike at where the last one he saw was.
Okay. Perfect. So you take your thing and you hit nothing but air.
All right. Strikes hard against the ground. And then can he listen to see? Like to
listen. Hear? You don't hear anything.
Oh, darn. This is frustrating. And his allies. Is Seleucus still not visible?
Nope. Everyone's visible.
Everyone is visible. Okay. Ars is going to rush to Seleucus' side. And yes. And he is going to see him move even quicker than you would normally expect him to with the haste spell on. He is going to reach out and grab Seleucus and is going to channel positive energy into him in the form of this kind of soft radiance to heal him.
Okay.
So he's going to quicken spell, cast Cure Wounds.
You got it. All right, well, that healing...
Will do. Ooh, nice. That is going to be 15 healing. And then he's got haste. And he's going to try and take cover behind Seleucus because Seleucus is so much bigger than him.
You got it.
That will be his turn.
All right. 2 of the spiders pour out of the air right by Seleucus, attacking. Out of the 4 bites, only 1 connects for 10 piercing damage. Seleucus, plus 6 poison.
Since I had a ready action, would I
do
them? Okay,
Let's
cool.
do it.
Alright, so then a 23 to hit.
Nice.
Then do a whopping 5 damage for the first attack.
You only get 1 attack on held.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, cool.
That's good. Yeah, slicing it. That's very good. As we get to Alaric.
So running very fast over to his side. I'm sorry, I didn't know. And going to spin back around. I forgot my own self what actions you can do with haste. Is it the? Can you take? Let's see. Oh, dash, disengage, attack, use an object. Okay. Then I'm going to look at the one that Xanatos just smashed and firebolt that one.
Nice.
Okay. That's going to be a 22 to hit.
Very good.
For 14 fire.
Ooh. Bloody spider.
And since that's one of the ones we can see, I'm going to send Blitzvalka over to that spider to give the help action for the next attack for advantage.
Perfect. 2 more jump out of the air towards Seleucus.
Oh, man.
Seleucus, these spiders are not happy with you.
They are so angry.
I took their meal.
21. 17. All right, only 1 hit out of 4. Here we go for 8 piercing damage and 11 poison. And then, Seleucus, it is your turn.
Okie dokie. So we have haste up. And I have bless. So let's see. I'm just gonna attack him.
Let's go.
$16.
16 hits. Is this the bloody one or a new one?
The bloody one.
You got it.
Oh, you had advantage on that one. You might be able to crit it.
Oh, okay. Let's see that. 25. It's not a crit. It just is a more confirmed hit. 9 slashing damage.
Whew.
And then with haste, I get. Do I get another attack?
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to attack it again.
Yes.
That is a double natural 20.
Oh,
Ah!
God.
Roll that critical hit damage.
For 14 slashing.
How do you want to kill it?
Seleucus just like chops into it real deep, and then he pulls back, and it just goes as he chops its head off. Boom, it's gone.
Very good. Is that it?
Yeah, I'll stay with ours.
Got it. Guarding ours a bit. Xanatos.
All right. How many are left that I can see?
You can see 3.
Okay. And the big one hasn't appeared, right?
They're all about the same size, but
Oh, okay. I thought there was like one big one. Like, okay, cool. Cool. Then...
they're all about 10 feet.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, then I'll just go for one of them. Is one of them next to hockey as well, or?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll go for that one. So advantage.
Oh no, you don't get.
Nope.
They can only give the help once.
Oh, okay, cool. Just kidding on that one. All right. That is a natural 20. No. Wait, yeah, it is. Wait. It's showing 20 on my screen, but it said it was a 2.
It came up as an 8 to hit on the
okay
thing.
This is a real big tease, this D&D Beyond. Okay. Swear to God, it said 20. I should have taken a screenshot. Okay, so does an 8 hit?
Does not.
Okay.
Skitters.
All right, go for another one. Oh, that one's an 8. 14.
Hits.
Cool. And then that is a 13 slashing damage.
Nice.
And then roll for the third haste. And then 22.
That hits.
And then that is a natural 1, so 4 damage.
Okay.
And that is it for my turn. Thank you.
You got it. Then Xanatos, behind you, you feel like this ominous shadow as the last one comes out of the air behind you and attacks Xanatos for 18 to hit.
It does hit.
And 17.
17 just hits. Dang it.
All right. First hit here is 8 piercing and 9 poison.
5, 9, 14. Okay.
Second is 13 piercing.
10.
Did you get hasted? Is your AC up by 2?
Oh.
Wasted.
Yeah. So my armor class was 19. What was the first one? The second hit didn't make it for sure. I know that, but
So both miss.
oh, sweet. Cool.
Orion.
All right. I'm realizing everybody is staying and killing the spiders after I started running. I'm going to start heading back to the professor. How do I get your rope?
Oh. Kind of looks at you sort of strangely and says, 9. And the rope vanishes. And the medallion's just there.
Like sitting.
Yeah, so you could pick up the medallion now if you wanted.
All right, I'll pick up the medallion, put it in my pocket. Thank you. And then I'm going to... I asked for the rope. And then I'm going to send a ray of frost at the closest... Actually, I'm going to send the ray of frost right at the one next to Xanatos.
Got it.
That will be a 14. Do I have bless on me?
14
or
hits.
who? Oh, 14 hits. Okay.
Yes, you do.
Okay. That's four cold damage.
Nice.
Orion, Celicus, and Xanatos have.
Got it. All right. And I don't do this very often, but bonus action, I'm going to use my superiority die, and I'm going to quick toss my dagger out of my boot at the same one.
Nice.
For 18.
That hits.
For 6 piercing.
Very nice.
That'll be my turn.
We'll go to Whisper.
So there are 2 still near ours and Celicus, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's ultimately more like 3 near ours, Celicus, and 1 very near Xanatos, which is sort of near the other ones. But yeah.
Okay. I'm hoping it's picking on Xanatos, no offense.
Yeah.
The others seem to be picking on Celicus.
Yeah.
and
3 that are
Celicus
kind of picking over on Celicus.
So, I'm going to aim for the one that looks most hurt first.
Yep.
I'm going to not Thunder Wave. I don't want to knock people in the hole. Eldritch Blast.
You got it.
11.
That blast to the side of the cave.
Literally the same thing.
Oh no.
And then she'll say, Ars, you can drive me crazy sometime, but you are really good at magic, and I know whatever you're going to do is going to be great. And give Ars Bardic Inspiration.
Ars, let's go.
Okay. Ars, like, is taken a bit aback by her words and, like, looks away with some amount of, like, uncertainty, like a half frown. Almost like he feels a little guilty. And then he steels himself and he looks up more with greater determination. And then his lips part and he speaks in the Elysian tongue, saying, Purgatio. And all of a sudden, he is going to come alight with divine energy as angelic spirits surround him and strike out. Yet all of that will draw too near. He is going to exempt all of his party members, luggage, and the professor from the effects of the spirit guardians.
Very cool.
And then he's going to use his haste action to take the disengage action, and then he is going to run around and try and catch as many of these spiders as possible, trying to cover the largest possible area.
You got it. All right, they will fail their save there. Go ahead and roll the damage.
All right. Oh, wow. That's almost max damage. That is 23 radiant. For all of them.
He's the one.
Give me a moment.
All right, they are all bloodied. All right. Okay, we will go with that then. Yeah, that the one that's near Celicus leaps into the liquid air and away.
However, it should be said that he had to drop Bless to do this. Sorry, guys.
You got it. Alaric, go ahead.
Why you gotta make me feel old, Bobby?
If you're old, so am I, buddy.
All right. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna pick the same one that Whisper was firing at, and try and firebolt that one. And I'll use Blitzfalken to give my. I'll do that with my bonus action for the next person. So this is a straight roll for me.
Got it.
16 to hit.
Hits.
Nice. 7 fire damage.
Got it.
And on that one, Blitzfalk is going to give advantage to the next attack.
Perfect. All right, the one you damage, and the other two, the other one rather, leap and with their spinnerets seem to almost part the air and kind of wiggle and go through. It turns a bit liquidy and vanish. As we go to Celicus, there is one visible.
I'm gonna go to that one. I'm gonna attack it. Is this the one with Blitzfalke?
I mean, yeah, you can have advantage.
First attack is 21.
That hits.
Second attack is A natural 20.
Ooh, let's roll that damage.
So that'll be 12 plus 7, which is 19 damage.
Nice. How do you want to kill it?
I will chop off its legs. Clink, clink.
Very good. Then with that, a moments go by, another moment, and it seems like these things have gone away for good. And with that, we will end for tonight.
Whew. Night, everyone.